guys, welcome to or back to my channel. Welcome to another reading vlog. In today's reading vlog, I'm going to be reading The Hunger Games. I've got them the wrong way around. Well, technically I don't. This is the first one, but there you go. I'm so excited. I have never read these books before. This will be my first time. I never read them when I was younger. I feel like that's when most people were kind of reading them. I was very much more the Jacqueline Wilson type of kick. I never read like The Hunger Games, Harry Potter, that type of thing. I wasn't really into the series. I was reading like Jacqueline Wilson, that type of book. This is my first time. I've never watched the films. I don't really know anything about the books, which is very exciting. I know obviously it's a classic. Lots of people love it. It's also YA, so I feel like, is it? I don't even think it's like fantasy. I think it's more dystopian. So I feel like this is good for me getting into fantasy. I don't know. I just feel like this is a good thing. And I'm going to uni in September, so I'm trying to get through my physical TBR. So expect in the next few weeks a lot of reading vlogs, including my physical TBR, because I'm just trying to get rid of it, because not even get rid of it, but I'd rather prioritize these books and then just take my Kindle with me and a few paperbacks. That's kind of the most ideal thing. So I am very excited. So yeah, I'm very glad that oh my god, I got these on Vinted, so they're kind of like old editions. The books are like 450 pages, at least this one is, so I'm gonna start with this one and we'll see, won't we? But I'm very excited. I'm gonna end this clip here because otherwise I'll just keep saying, oh, I'm so excited, but I am excited. I'll keep you updated. This will be a spoiler-free reading vlog, but I will have sections probably where I speak about spoilers, and I'll just tell you the timestamps so you can watch it spoiler-free, but also you can watch it spoilers. I imagine most people have read The Hunger Games. I don't know if they want to. Like, I'm sure most people have. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you were planning on reading it, you probably will have read it. I'm very good at putting books off, especially series, as you know. And where is it? Fourth Wing, that series. Very good at putting things off, so we just need to get into it. Yeah, I'm gonna go now because I keep going around in circles. I'm really excited though. So yeah, I will say this is probably the best I will look in this whole video, and I don't even look that great right now, but it's currently Saturday evening. I basically from Monday I'm working every day, most double shifts, so I've tried to do it so that I have the weekends off, and I'm working during the week. So some days I'm not working that long, some I'm working double shifts, so I don't know when I'm gonna film, and it might be that I don't know when I'm gonna read, not when I'm gonna film, but it might be that I'm reading and updating you guys like in between shifts, or I'm just like not looking great, okay, because I'm a lifeguard, like I have my hair tied up, I'm probably gonna be sweaty and gross, so I'm sorry about that. That's it. This is the first book. I'm gonna mark it as currently reading on Goodreads, and I'm gonna hopefully make a dent in it tonight. Hey guys, please ignore like the hair situation. This is post sleep hair. Also ignore the tapping. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but there is some like tapping going on outside. It stopped right now, but I don't really know what they're doing. They're doing it over the road. So I'm through the book. I think I've read the first part. I'm up to part 2, which I think is like 150 pages ish. Yeah, literally 150 pages. I was gonna read a bit more last night, but then because I reached like a natural close, I thought I'd stop. I'm really liking it. I feel like I can kind of picture some of the people because I know like who played like Katniss, for example, and I feel like I've just like heard the names thrown around, like thinking I'm completely blanking on his name. The Haymitch, like I don't really know anything about him apart from like what we found out, but like I've heard about him because doesn't he have the most recent book, Sunrise on the Reaping? I'm pretty sure that's about his like origin story and like his experience in the games. So like I just know these names, and like, you know, sometimes when you start a new book, especially like a dystopian-y fantasy book, not that the names are hard to learn, but like there's a lot of names that are being thrown around, but I feel like that's not really been an issue because like I've just recognized some names. Like I'd never heard of Peter, who's the other boy who has been sent to the Hunger Games. I mean, I'm sure like all of you know this because it's the Hunger Games. Like I'm sure I'm literally the only person ever to have not read it. Obviously I'm exaggerating, but you know what I mean. But I am like, it's very easy to read. Like I can kind of tell it's YA. Like the words are very big on the thing. The chapters are kind of short. The 150 pages, I read 9 chapters. I'm about to start chapter 10, which like it doesn't really matter. I know it's only like 15 pages, but like sometimes it feels like I'm reading for a while. But it is reading very quickly. I've not like set aside that much time to read it. I've already read 150 pages. Brief like spoiler section. Skip to here if you don't want any spoilers. I imagine most people have read it, so you'll all be saying, but anyway, it's really bugged me that Peter like confessed his love for Katniss literally on the last page. That made me shut the book last night. I'm just like, I mean, obviously, like, I don't know 100%, but like I'm pretty sure Katniss like survives, obviously, because I know who plays it and I'm pretty sure she has been in the next films, so like I know it's gonna be fine. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, is she gonna have a romance with him? Like, I'm not liking Peter at the moment, and I feel like that's not gonna happen, but also I don't know. And Dale, I quite like Dale. Obviously, like, she doesn't need a love interest, but I am kind of like imagining that is gonna be one at some point in one of the 3 books. But yeah, spoiler section is over. It wasn't a very long one. I am liking it. The dystopian-ness is like easy to grasp, like nothing's confusing me, which is good. I mean, I know it's a YA book. At my big age of 19, I shouldn't be confused by it, so good job that I'm not. I'm liking it. I don't really have too much else to say apart from that, so I look forward to keeping reading it. I'm working today on and off until 7 tonight, so because I'm doing 2 shifts. So hey guys, the mini mic had to come out because there are roadworks going on like right outside the house. They've calmed down now. Here we go. They're really loud, so update. Also ignore the work here. I'm sorry, I finished it. I basically read the rest of it in one sitting yesterday. It was really good. I really liked it. I gave it 5 stars. It was good. No complaints. I don't even know. It was just like, I feel so stupid like giving a review on The Hunger Games. Obviously, I've said that so many times, but just because of what it is, like, it's so well known, me saying this as if I'm trying to like persuade you to read it, but it was just like so quick and easy to read, and that's probably because it's a YA book, but it was just so good. And I was just like, ugh, because I kind of like had an idea of what was going to happen, but still like the execution of it, it's just so good. Yeah, like brief spoiler section. No, it's not too many spoilers, but here you go, skip to this if you don't want any. Obviously changed my mind about Peter. I know I'd said, because the last time I spoke to you was when it was in the first part, right before we started the games, and obviously I thought he was maybe like trying to sabotage her or whatever. I mean, like, I kind of thought like maybe he did just like her, but also the fact that he still like declared that, I was a bit like, but obviously, like him, the fact that they both were allowed to win, I mean, you can't, I didn't even want to say that I kind of knew that was going to happen, but I did think there was kind of a high chance that they were both going to survive, just because, well, I knew Katniss was going to survive, but also Peter surviving just like made sense. You know what I mean? Like, it makes sense that this was going to be like the different Hunger Games, obviously, because like that's why the books hit, if you know what I mean. So yeah, but still really good, and obviously different plot twists. I really liked Rue. She was really sweet. I like it. I really do like it. Haymitch, he's a king at the moment. Obviously Snow. I mean, the thing is, like, I know all these names and I know how like people feel about them, and so my opinions are forming kind of like around them, if you know what I mean. Like, I know Snow's not good, so I'm already like not a fan. But yeah, I am gonna start reading Catching Fire probably for a little bit now before I go to work. Yeah, it was really good. Like, I don't even know how to like describe it. It was just, it felt like nostalgic, even though I've never read it. Yeah, but also I don't think when I was younger, like, I'd have really enjoyed this type of thing. It's like, this wasn't the type of book I was reading, which is why I never read it. It was just really good. Really good. I don't know, I just keep saying that. So I'm gonna read Catching Fire next, which is obviously the second book in the series. I'm very excited about this one. I don't think there are any games in this one, but I'm not quite sure. But also, again, this is not the like non-spoiler section, so but I don't think, but also like I don't know how we're going to, it's about a Sybil 11. Oh, I gotta get yours, so sorry. Also typical that the traffic, like, roadworks have stopped as soon as I started recording. I didn't need to get this out, but they were very loud, I promise. I'm leaving for work in like an hour and 20 minutes. I did my very minimal makeup. Probably need more under my eyes. The bags look really big. And I tied my hair up. And yeah, I just need to eat before I go. So I'm going to read this for a little bit. And yeah, I will speak to you in probably after work. when I've got some form of update, maybe when I've read like 100 pages ish. So yeah, I'm yawning again, so I'm gonna go. Yeah. It's the next morning. I didn't get that far through because we reached a plot point and I thought, you know what, I just need to stop reading right now, because if I kept reading I wouldn't have been able to stop and I needed sleep. Spoiler section is very much needed. Skip to it. Okay, I spoke too soon, didn't I? Cut to me saying, yeah, there's no like actual Hunger Games this book. I don't think there are any games in this one. You know, we're just like going through life, you know, dealing with other issues, but no actual Hunger Games. Yeah. I mean, actually I was gonna say it's kind of excited, but actually it was not. I would have thought maybe like the third book we might go back into it, but the fact that we're already doing it in this book, I assume we actually will in this book, like we'll actually get to it, and then the next book we'll probably go back into it again. But like, I'm confused because who's gonna go in? I feel like it might be Hamish that goes in with her out of the males, but also surely like all three of them are gonna survive. I don't know. And so then, unless they have the same rule, but I feel like they wouldn't have the same rule that two people from the same district can survive, unless that's just like a new rule, but I don't think it will be. But surely unless Peter goes in with her, and then she ends up, well, Peter ends up dying, and then she can be with Gale. Maybe that will happen. I don't know. Because I can't imagine her and Hamish going in and both not surviving. Like, if anyone's gonna die, it's gonna be Peter, let's be real. But I don't know. I feel like, obviously, by the time I'm editing this, I'm gonna know what happens, and I might be watching back being like, you're so dumb. So, spoiler section is over. Yeah, basically what I was saying to them is something unexpected happened, and I don't know how it's gonna turn out. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it for now because I need to get on with my day before work. So I'll probably speak to you after work. But yeah, I'm 200 pages in-ish, 196. About to start chapter 13. It's a wild ride. It's the next day. I don't think I spoke to you this morning. I think it was last night. I've not really made that much of a dent. I've read 290 pages. I just don't want... I don't want to keep reading and things get bad, and so I'm just ignoring it. It is really good, and I am really liking it. I just like don't want things to be bad. I probably will finish it tonight. How many pages is it? Like 435. Yeah, I didn't sleep well last night, but like I literally tried to finish reading early. So I didn't really read that much last night, and then I didn't fall asleep for like 2 hours after that. So yeah, I will speak to you tomorrow when I've hopefully finished the book, but I just wanted to update you about where I'm up to here. Hey guys, I've got an update. Ignore the mess behind me. I'm currently tidying my room. I filmed TikToks with outfits and everything, so that's why it's this messy, but I keep forgetting to film this. I was gonna film it when I looked a bit better than I do right now, when I have makeup on for the TikTok. Not that it really matters because you see me obviously looking worse than I do right now. But I finished the book. Not this one. It's currently Saturday. I finished it Friday night. No, I finished it Thursday night. Yesterday I read one chapter. So it's not like you've missed kind of too many updates, but obviously not that it's not as fresh in my mind, but I wish that I'd spoken to you yesterday, but I forgot. Just work, everything, and then I was in bed and I was like, oh, I forgot to talk to you. I'll just talk to you now. So I really liked it. I gave it 4.5 stars. I have seen people, when I then looked on Goodreads, people preferred this one. Obviously not everyone. The average rating for the person second is 4.35 stars on Goodreads, the exact same for both of them. But then when I saw like actual reviews, people kind of preferred this one. I slightly preferred that one. Not even that, not the first one. Not even that this felt rushed, but I don't know, like the actual kind of action part, I don't want to like spoil anything obviously at this point, because it was a bit different with the first book, because like that's just the plot line, where obviously I still wasn't giving you any spoilers, but like that was the plot line of this, but the plot line of this is very dependent on the plot line of the last book, you know? So I will be vague. I might give a spoiler section depending on kind of how well I can articulate what I'm saying without spoiling it. So the action in this, and if you've read it you'll know what I mean, and if you haven't and are going to read it you'll probably see what I mean. The action that happens kind of starting, I don't know, the last like 50% say, I don't kind of know exactly when it started, but it was around that point. Felt very rushed, at least compared to the first one, but also I don't know if that's just because like we're more familiar with the setting and just the book, the way kind of the world that this is set in works. So we're not having to kind of world build and learn about kind of like what everything means and what the districts are and who is like in charge of the games and how the games work and everything like that. Like everything, we already understand it. So that might partly be why it felt rushed, because the author wasn't having to constantly like explain this is what's happening, this is whatever. It did still feel slightly rushed to me, and I've also not seen anyone say that, so maybe that was personal preference, maybe that was just me. But I was expecting, I don't know, it felt like we were moving very fast, but not even that the book was fast-paced, because you can have a fast-paced book but still move through the story quickly but still see a lot of the day. I don't know if this is making any sense. It felt like we were jumping from day to day, time to time, very quickly. So yes, it was fast-paced, but we were jumping, which like it's the Hunger Games, like it's obviously an incredible series, and it was 4.5 stars. I'm acting like it was bad. It wasn't. It was more, I didn't feel like I got as much out of it as I did for the first book. So it was a 4.5 star. Quick spoiler section. Skip to here if you don't want it. I hope you're gone. Right, I assume you all know, but like the games, obviously that's what I was trying to hint at then. It felt so rushed. It really felt so rushed. Like, I don't know, it just felt like we were put in there. I don't even know when we got put in the games, but like it was, I don't know, past 50%, because it was like maybe like 30% through where we found out we were going to get the games, and then we were preparing for it, and then all there was like different conflict, if not later, that we found out we were going to get this type of game. So I don't know, it just felt like after we were in the games, it felt like we were jumping around. Like I feel like I wasn't learning much, and I don't know if that was just because like we know how the games work, we know that they've got to survive, you know, we're not like learning about like, oh, we're trying to find more food, we're trying to find water, because like they know what to do. Obviously I know there was a bit about that, but like we're not kind of seeing that. But like I like seeing the everyday things. So yeah, it was really good though. Obviously it also didn't take the turn I was expecting, with kind of people working together, like them all just being lifted out. Like I was expecting Peter to die and Katniss to survive. So the fact that they, at least like when they were lifted out, were alive. Obviously I don't know like if Peter's still alive, because I've also only read a chapter. They don't think that he is at this point, but you know. So yeah, that's it for spoiler sections. I am now put this back on my bookshelf. Like I said, I started this yesterday, but it ended up being quite late when I went to bed, and I was really tired. So because it's been really hot here, it has cooled down today, but I just haven't been sleeping well, so I was trying to go to bed earlier last night just to try to get as much sleep as I could. So yeah, they're all about 450 pages, so I've read one chapter, so I'm up to page 19. I'll try and make a bit of a dent today. I'll probably aim to finish it tomorrow maybe. I don't know, because I've been filming all day today, like I think I said at the start of the clip, so I've not really been having time to read. But tomorrow I do have plans, but like in the afternoon I might be okay, because I'm meeting my friends at 1, so I'll probably be okay. Hey guys, oh my god, I look slightly better than I usually do. So I just needed to quickly clock what happened in the book last night. I'm up to chapter 9, page 129, so this far through. It was really good. I was just like, oh, I'm not gonna read that much tonight, I'll just kind of like read it today, but it was really good. Yeah, there was kind of action going on. We're kind of seeing the way that things, I obviously don't want to spoil because we're on the third book. I think I said this in yesterday's clip, but we're kind of like figuring out the new way that, I guess, things, how they are now, how that's going to work. And I need to be vague enough for you, if you've not read it, that this isn't going to be a spoiler. But so yeah, we're just figuring out how things are going to be basically going forward after things that happened in the previous book. There's also quite a bit of action and I'm really liking it. I like the fact that so far it's different than the past 2 books, because I don't read too many fantasy books, so I'm going to say that now, and I guess this is more dystopian than fantasy. I think it's kind of classed in fantasy, but I'm pretty sure like dystopian's almost a subgenre of fantasy, and if you were going to describe this, you would describe it as dystopian rather than fantasy, because we've not got, I'm kind of going off topic, but we've not got like mythical creatures really, or like anything, which like I know fantasy doesn't have to be like that, but fantasy's often like a completely different world. This is kind of like, we've got televisions, we've got things like that, but we've just kind of got this very strict government and things are being limited. Like dystopian, obviously I know like that's what the genre is, but dystopian is the best way to describe it. And so what I like about fantasy / dystopian books, that type of genre, is if I'm reading a series, like I said, not read too many series, this genre, I keep going around in circles, I don't want every book to be the same format, the same whatever. And I'm not saying the last 2 books they weren't, but there were similarities. And so I like about this book the fact that that's not the case as much, like, because if, like, I don't want to keep, especially with this type of, like, a fantasy dystopian world, you don't want to keep reading the same thing, because, like, you're in a whole different world. Like, there's so many possibilities of things that I could be reading about. Like, a romance is different when you read, say, a series, and a lot of the books are similar, you know, a lot of them are sports romances, and he kind of enemies, do you know what I mean? Like, that's different. But I feel like when you're reading this type of genre of book, I want it to be different, like each book to be different to each other. So I am really liking this. Long story short, I'm gonna keep reading it. I've got things to do right now, but I will read more tonight. Hey, I got up to basically where I aimed for. I don't know if I told you, I wanted to get to like about 300 pages. And I got to chapter 18, which is page 275. We kind of got more action, and I think, like I said in the last clip, I'm really enjoying the fact that the action's a bit different than how it has been in, I was actually going to say positive way, not positive for them, but positive for us, in the way that I like it how things are different. I don't like it when a book feels like kind of the same book as the one before, but just slightly altered. I don't like it, and I'm not saying that the second book was like that, because there were so many different things and nothing ended up the same way, but like it felt slightly similar. But this really doesn't. Obviously we're in the same world, following the same characters, but it does feel very different, and I like that. So I don't know if I'll finish it tonight, because that's quite a bit of reading to do. It ends on page 438, so maybe I won't. I'd like to try my hardest though, and if not, then I'll probably finish it tomorrow morning. But yeah, I will maybe update you later tonight, maybe not. I will see how I feel. But yeah, I am really liking it. It's really good, and I just like don't, like, I kind of have an idea of how it's gonna go, or more than anything, like how I hope it's gonna go. But I can't believe the series is almost over. That's crazy. I feel like I've been hacking at it for a while, because I've been working. Like I think I said at the start of this video, like I knew I wouldn't be kind of reading as much as I would like to. So yeah, it's over a week since I started filming this. Not too much over, but a little bit over. Not working much tomorrow, so like I should be able to finish it. Anyway, that is it. This lighting's not very good. I've got to be quiet because my brother's asleep. So I finished it. Spoiler section. Disappointed. Why did it end like that? I'm first off sad that she ended up with Peter, not Gale. I was team Gale the whole way through. She didn't deserve Peter. Honestly, I hate to say it, not a big fan of Katniss herself. I don't know, just like everything she did, it just got to a point, didn't it? And there was constantly excuses being made. I think Gale was the best one for her. I know this isn't like a love triangle romance, like that's not the point in the story, but also it's kind of like plays a part in it, and Peter didn't deserve her. No, wait, no, she didn't deserve Peter. Peter deserved better than her, in my personal opinion. I'm just like, why did they have to kill Prim? That was useless. There was no need to do that. Why did Katniss and everyone vote to have the Hunger Games for like the people of the capital? Obviously I'm not saying that like there was no mention of it after Thingy Coin died, so like maybe that's not a thing, but even so, why did you think that was okay? Like, you can't do something that you know is bad just because the same thing was done to you. Like, what happened to being the bigger person? You killing the capital's children isn't gonna bring Prim back. I'm so sorry. You know, like there were just some things and it was like, why are you doing that? Peter said no, like, yes, go Peter. I honestly like only became a Peter fan, not even only became a Peter fan because like, you know what I mean, but he was kind of annoying up until like the last little bit of the book, but like I knew that he was better than Katniss deserved. But Katniss only really started annoying me like near the end of this book, because she was just like self-obsessed. I'm actually being so horrible right now, I'm so sorry, but she was just like not thinking about anyone else at any point and only thinking about herself. Like, she didn't deserve anyone. And like the fact that her mum didn't want to like be with her, like babe, that's a sign. Like, no one likes you. And also, I know that was like, she sacrificed so much to like help the cause, but also so many of these things, like, I know some things couldn't have been done without her, but like so many of these things could have been done without her. In the actual attack, I know she killed Coin, but like them getting to the capital, what did she really do to help like the greater cause? Not much. I don't know, like, am I missing something? I need to read reviews. I'm confused. Like, I feel like I'm missing a part of the puzzle here. And I know that the other two books are like this is like the end of the trilogy now, and this is what we've had. Well, I say we, like, this is what everyone's had until the past few years. I think it was like 2020 when Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes came out. So like, when did this first come out? Like 2010. It was first published in 2010, yeah. So for 10 years this is all people had, and I'm confused just about the book itself. But yeah, spoiler section is over. I obviously don't like want to say anything to spoil it for people who haven't read it, but I'm slightly disappointed in the ending, shall we say. Just like a bit confused. It felt, and obviously I know we're in the non-spoiler section now, it felt like after that big bit of action happened, then, and if you've read the book you'll understand, there was this sudden jump, and it felt like it was like a daydream, and I was really confused. Like, it was really weird. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I was just sorry about lying down. I was just like disappointed. I don't know. It just felt weird. Like, I feel like I'm missing something, and I know that I'm probably not, but like, it doesn't make sense. I'm gonna go and read reviews to see what other people said, but that's the end of the video. I feel like we've gone from a proper setup to me just lying in my bed. It's like past midnight now, so that's probably why I'm acting like this. But I wanted to update you now when things are fresh on my mind, because I feel like if I update you tomorrow, these things wouldn't be on my mind. But yeah, I'm just slightly confused about the whole situation. I'm not quite happy with how we closed up nothing. And I know it's like, realistic, but like, this is a dystopian world. Why did things happen this way? Like, I'm not happy with it, and I'm just annoyed, honestly. So yeah, that's it. I really appreciate you if you made it this far in the video. I say this literally every video, but I have no concept of how long this video is. I'd say it's a decent length, maybe like 20 plus minutes, I don't know. If you made it this far in the video, comment down below. Is there a bow and arrow emoji? If there is, comment that down below. And yeah, comment other videos that you want to see. I will be reading Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes and Sunrise on the Reaping, but I don't know when I'll read it. I'm gonna do some other reading vlogs and reading things at the moment, just because I'm trying to get through my physical TBR before I go to uni, just because then I don't have to take as many books with me, and I can just take my Kindle and a few books I've not read. So I don't want to keep like adding books. I know I'll eventually buy them, but I could also get them on my Kindle, and so I don't want to be reading those over physical books, basically. I'm about to yawn again, I'm sorry. But yeah, that's it. I really appreciate you. Comment your thoughts on the books. Obviously I know that some people will have read them so long ago that maybe your thoughts aren't as fresh, or I guess you've got the films that maybe people have watched recently, but comment your thoughts. I want to like chat about it, because yeah, obviously don't leave spoilers, or if you're going to leave a spoiler, make sure that you say you've got a spoiler warning. I want to go on a deep dive now and see what other people thought. But that's it. I love you. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far in the video, subscribe, comment down below the bow and arrow emoji, or your thoughts on Hunger Games, or anything you want. Comments really help the videos. So yeah, that's it. I love you. Goodbye.